Loose Ends Lounge was presented by Clive Anderson and produced in Salford by Elizabeth Foster. This is BBC Radio. It's midnight. On behalf of everyone here at Broadcasting House in London, may I wish you a very happy New Year.
BBC Radio 4. The news just after midnight on the 1st of January 2025. This is Alan Smith. Johnny Walker, a familiar voice on British radio for 6 decades, has died at the age of 79. Data seen by the BBC suggests UK Special Forces could be prosecuted for alleged war crimes in Syria. Israel has rejected a UN report accusing its military of turning hospitals in Gaza into a death trap. The ambulance service in Wales has apologised for long delays in responding to 999 calls. The veteran BBC radio presenter Johnny Walker has died at the age of 79. The Radio 2 DJ called time on his near 6-decade career in October due to ill health. He had pulmonary fibrosis, a lung condition which causes breathing difficulties. Johnny Walker first joined the BBC in 1969. The BBC has described him as a pop radio pioneer and a champion of great music. Our media and arts correspondent David Silito looks back on his career.
I bring you some very sad news.
The announcement on Radio 2 by Bob Harris of the death of Johnny Walker, whose long career began as a pirate broadcaster in the 60s.
Where the action is.
Born Peter Dingley, he'd always been a bit of a rebel, a public school boy who left without passing a single exam. What changed everything, including his name, was Swinging Radio England, a pirate station floating 4 miles off Frinton-on-Sea.
Out of sight.
And after that, Radio Caroline. And for another former pirate, Tony Blackburn, a moment to reflect on the impact of Johnny and his fellow seaborne DJs.
We altered the whole of broadcasting in this country, and we're really proud of that because we were trying to break the BBC monopoly, which of course we did. And then we all ended up here. I'm very happy to be here as well.
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker joined Radio 1 in 1969. 7 years later, he left, frustrated by a music policy tied to the top 40. The final straw was being told to sound enthusiastic when introducing the Bay City Rollers' Bye Bye Baby. His description of them as garbage made front-page news. After Radio 1, there were many ups and downs. He was sacked by Radio Luxembourg for playing a song at the wrong speed. A comment about Margaret Thatcher entered his time at GLR. And when Radio 2 took him on, his cocaine habit got him suspended. But he was quickly reinstated after an outcry from his loyal listeners. But more than 50 years after the pirate days, he was still broadcasting. His final programme was just a few weeks ago.
God bless you. And I'll end with